All right, party people, this is Jeremy from Jambalaya Plays Games, and today I'm here to take a look at Paleolithic, which is by Shepherd's Kit, most known for their Numeracy series. Last year, that was a set of 3 kids games. This year, they actually have Paleolithic and a couple expansions for it called Edge of Humanity, Dawn of Humanity, Lord, and then Seafarers, which add to this big base game. So it's basically a resource gathering game. Kind of a land domination type game, but not really. You're just kind of rolling and moving around. You're also building your tribe and making artifacts. It's very young. It's skewed to very young kids, but it also, as you add these expansions, ramps up a little higher in age scale. Let's take a look at how the game works, and then you can find out my final thoughts and make a decision if you think this game is for you. All right, party people, let's take a quick look at the gameplay for Paleolithic. All right, so you are trying to basically get your characters, your tribesmen around this board and gather resources so eventually they can turn them in and build these artifact cards, which also have set collection and points on them. And then you also have these tribal tokens down here. You want to take these, fulfill the resources, and start putting your little tokens out there, and these score your points as well. So how do you do that? You really have 2 options on your turn. You have the migration and collection, and then you also have workshop. So migration is pretty simple. You have all these little spots around here, and as you can see, your little tribesmen and your companion animals, by the way, cutesy little animals here. I just got a couple laying around here too. They're just really nice and thick. They're really pretty little things. So you can move a combination of them, but you're going to move 1 on your turn. So if you want to migrate, you can move 1 space here, that kind of thing right there. But I'm just going to move this one right up here. Now I will roll a die. This is numbered 0 through 4. I roll that die, and whatever result I get, I can put it here or there. Now here's the trick. When you do this, you add this and 1 for each one of your tribesmen. So I have 4, 5, 6, okay? And then I would collect that resource that's right there. So I would say, all right, 6 gives me this jade right here, okay? Same thing goes for way up here. I'm going to bring the camera all up very close so you can get an idea. As you can tell that there's different resources in different spots. Well, let's see here. We already got 3 people up here, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay right where I am, but I'm still doing the migration action, and I'm up in this area right here. So we'll roll, and that's 2 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, and yes, the companions count as 1 as well. So now I get 5, okay? So 5 plus is 1 stone and 1 red clay. And that is basically the migration and collection action, okay? So now what are we doing? Let's say we grab enough resources. Okay? So let's say we grab enough resources. I'm just going to show you what other 2 things you can do to score points right here. So you have what's called the workshop, and you are either building these cards, turning in resources, building these cards, or trying to get your huts on the board. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just add some resources to, let's say, the yellow player's area. All right, so the yellow player says, hey, I got enough resources. I've been eyeballing this card over here. I'm going to workshop. So you'll look at the card, and this is the resources you have to pay. It says I have to pay 3 stone resources. I have those 3 stone resources. I'm going to turn those in. And then I will receive this card. It's going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. And I also want to pay attention to what type it is, because as I start to collect these sets, I want to pay attention to this icon here, which says what type of artifact it is. And I also want to pay attention to the special symbol here, because as you can see on my player board, I have specific things that give me extra points. So I'm just going to show you that down here. Now, as I collect cards, I already have one of these that matches. Now I just need 2 more of these to actually get an extra 3 points. So it's a little bit of a little set collection thing going on here. And if I can find this kind of like pottery looking thing right here, if I collect one of those, I get plus 2 points. And even up here, you can see the killing here, they have different ones too as well. So each type has their own thing. Actually, I have another player board here. Let's see here. I got a couple of other player boards here, and they do the same thing. They all have different ones, and they all fulfill differently. So yeah, I mean, they're all really cute and stuff. They also have that same idea. Your other option, and get you back up here, is to turn in for one of these tribal tokens here. One of these kind of hut tokens here. And they look just exactly the same. So let's go ahead and just see the purple player with some stuff here. Okay, same thing. And they would say, hey, I think I got enough resources. I've been eyeballing this right here. I'm going to turn in my 3 meat tokens. I'm going to turn in one of my stones, and I'm going to turn in one of my black clays. I'm going to turn that stuff in over here, and then I'm going to take this. And what happens is you take one of your little tribal tokens out, and you put this in your little area right here, and then you're going to place this little hut where one of your characters are, okay? One of your tribesmen or your companions are. And it doesn't mean anything, but it does score you 3 points at the end of the game. So you're going to have a combination of these huts and then these set collection cards and your bonuses. Now that's pretty much the game. The game ends when you basically have a combination of 5, okay? So you would have a couple of these and then a couple of these huts. So you'd have artifacts and huts out there, and if you reach 5 total, then the game is over. The advanced game goes to 8, and that's pretty much the run of the game. If you want to play the advanced game, you would just go here, and there's a workshop action. After that workshop action, you can do things like turn in specific resources to switch those out over here, and then once those are done and they're the same, you flip them over. And you can turn in this meat. You can turn in meat to a hunter, roll a die, and if you hit 3 or 4, you get these resources. It's kind of a little cool little mechanic to kind of advance the game. You can also play it where this your little hut token can be +1. So I could have this be 1, 2, and then add it to my 2, and now it's 4. So that's kind of like a little advanced little thing. But that is pretty much the run of the gameplay. A little full detail there, but hopefully you understand how the game works. So let's just go ahead and get back to my final thoughts for the game. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Paleolithic. All right, I just want to make sure you get a quick explanation of the final scoring. So the game ends when you have a combination of 5. So it'd be the cards and these tribal tokens. You also can go to 8 for a longer game. So the 5 goes really quick. So the tribal tokens are worth 3 points apiece. Then you'll look at the cards for their point values, and then you also would check for bonuses. So let's start right here with the tribe. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 16. Then we'll check the board and see if we have these items like this one right here. We want to make sure we have this. I do have one, so I have one right here that matches it. So now I would add 3 to my score, which is 19. So I had 16, so I'll have a total of 19. And that's the score for purple. All right, so we might be closer than you think here. So we have 3 points here for the tribe. We have, let's see, 3, 6, 8, 13, okay? Now I just want to check over here. Do I have this icon here? No, I do not. But do I have the set? Which I do. Okay, so we have the stone and we have the 2 red clay. Well, 13 plus 3 is 16. I didn't win the game, but it was really, really, really close. And as you can see, sometimes it comes down to what you collect. Do you have these sets, or do you have matching artifacts down here? And that's pretty much the end scoring for the game. All right, so let's go ahead and get to my actual final thoughts. All right, party people, final thoughts on Paleolithic. I absolutely love this game. By far, I think this is the Shepherd Kit's best game. Why? Because it actually scales up. This is actually one of those 7+ games. I think my son is 6. He's really good at games. Maybe if he was more advanced, because sometimes I can get him to play more advanced games. This actually preps him for different mechanics. And I like the set collection. It's really interesting of how you can do the set collection, plus you're kind of paying attention to your player board. Plus you can add, make the game longer. You can do those player powers where they have the spirit animals and characters. It's just got a lot of different stuff going on. I mean, it's going to be similar to My First Stone Age or Stone Age, but I just like the way these the movement all comes together. Gathering resources, +2, +1 for having, your characters there, your tribe characters there. It's got a lot of things going on, and honestly, I think this is a good family weight game or even a casual game. And you might have to sell them because the artwork is cutesy and it looks like a child's game. But in practice and how this plays out, takes it to a different level for me, at least. So as you look at purchasing this game, I think you have something really solid here that has some range. Okay, and for me, I like games that put more people at the table and different types of gamers at the table. That you'll notice as a theme on this channel. The components are thicker, so if you have to deal with younger children, the cards are thick. The nice big cutesy animals that you get are thick and huge, or even if the small ones are thick enough. So all these components here, the art, the different types of mechanics that go on, they sell me big time on this game. Definitely better than the Numeracy series, but that's nothing to push off either. So this is a really great package. It looks like another evolution of Shepherd's Kit, and I look to add more of these expansions, which I'll touch on later, but I'll leave it right there. Paleolithic is something I can highly recommend, and I'm going to go ahead and share my son's thoughts. We'll cut to that, and then I'll leave it here for myself. I want to thank you for your time, party people. I will leave a link so you can pre-order this, maybe pick it up at Essen or afterwards, and I'll leave it, leave my opinion there. Thank you so much for your time and joining me on Jambalaya Plays Games. Please like, subscribe if you have any questions. I will help you out, and have a good day, party people. That is, one more time, Paleolithic by Shepherd's Kit. Mari here. Now, this is one of his favorite games that we play like instantly. We played it all weekend when we first got it. We played the base game, then we played the advanced game, then we played with the full run of it all, Seafarers, and then Dawn of Humanity, which we'll get to in another little segment there. But Amari, what did you like about this game, the gameplay?
I like that we could build tribes and buy stuff from the shop. Because I like collecting resources and buying stuff.
Yeah, he likes collecting resources and buying stuff. Okay. And did you like this one a little bit more than My Little Stone Age?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think it's a little bit more fun?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like playing this game a lot?
Yes.
Okay, cool.